What's up, Film Jammers? Today we're checking out two popular Sony cameras, the Sony a7S III and the a7 III. We're gonna take a look at autofocus, video quality, picture quality, low light performance, menu systems, and some technical specs. And most importantly, is the a7S III worth almost double the cost of the a7 III? Double is a lot of money! Film. Now keep in mind, this review is gonna mostly focus on the video capabilities of these two cameras, but we will be doing a photo comparison as well. We're going to compare each camera at a number of different resolutions and frame rates, including 1080p and 4K. A little 60p and 120p too, maybe. But what I'm most excited about is the side-by-side comparison where we show both cameras with the same settings. Actually, my favorite part is where we put the Cooke S4 cinema lenses on these cameras. But that's coming next week, so make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, hit the reorder button on the toilet paper. Okay, now let's take a look at those side-by-sides comparing the Sony a7S III and the Sony a7 III. So I was coming from an A7S II and an A7 III, and I kept wondering, should I get the A7S III? Is it worth almost double the cost of these two cameras? I think if you're looking for a smaller gimbal camera or you like to work with a smaller camera build, the mirrorless style of the A7S III packs a lot into a small package. Okay, now let's go live to our Sony correspondent. This is Johnny Sony. Johnny, what's your take on the A7S III? Is it worth the upgrade?
Film Jams, thank you, mad love. I'm so excited to be sharing my insights on the new A7S III. Here it is, let me lay the line. You, Canon, suck my black magic.
Wait, hold on. You're our Sony expert. We don't want to bash other cameras.
Yeah, I know I get so caught up in the emotions of it all. But what I really want to say about the new A7S III is, lick my Canon.
Thank you for your insights. Okay, so benefits of the A7S III. The 422 10-bit footage is a pretty big improvement over the A7 III. The autofocus is a definite improvement as well, though not as big of an improvement going from the A7S II to the A7 III, which was a much more noticeable difference in autofocus. The options for codecs and high-speed frame rates, like the 120 frames per second 4K, is a pretty big plus for the type of work that I do. But if you're not doing as much of the high frame rate shooting, the A7 III might have everything you need. On the A7S III, the new menu system and touchscreen interface. Sony claims the new menu system is a big improvement over the older menu on the A7 III and the A7S II. I'm not sure that I see that it's an improvement yet. I still was having a little bit of trouble navigating around, but I'm also not used to it yet. They moved a lot of things around in the menu. For example, the format card is no longer under the last menu setting. It's now in with the camera settings, which I found it was a little bit confusing, but not sure if it's better or worse yet, but time will tell. The A7S III was a little bit cleaner when we went to the high ISOs, but the A7 III also was still pretty clean. Sony did do some work on their color science, and I think it's pretty noticeable on the skin tones, especially on the A7S III. To me, that's one of the biggest upgrades. Some of the other things that I like that are improved on the A7S III are the full-size HDMI port. To me, that's a very nice feature to have. The smaller HDMI cables, like the micro, always seem to break every time I use them. So the full-size HDMI, I love it. Thank you, Sony.
Sony.
I like the fact that you get 2 SD card or CF Express slots. You can use 2 SDs, 2 CF Express, or mix and match, which is my favorite. Have a little pasta, but also have an egg roll. The articulating screen I like a lot too on the A7S III. The ability to shoot if you're vlogging with that screen is a bonus for a lot of people. I also like being able to go low and putting the screen upside down. It's very convenient. The A7S III also has better ergonomics to me anyway. I like the bigger body style. It felt more comfortable in my hand. When I was doing video work, it has a little more substance to it. It just had a better overall build quality that I preferred. If you don't need all these features and you don't need some of that fancy stuff, the A7 III is still a great camera. It's half the price, and I still would recommend it for somebody looking for a camera under $2,000.
Who's your favorite brand? Sony. Who's your favorite camera? Sony.
But for me, I like to use high frame rate shootings. I like having the 422 quality footage and having that articulating screen for some of the work I do, going low, going high. It's very convenient. I can already see the A7S III being a staple in my kit. Now, what I'm really looking forward to is putting my E to PL mount adapter on the A7S III next week, where we're gonna put the Cooke Cinema lenses and maybe the Leica Cinema lenses on there and shooting some more cinematic style footage with the A7S III. I think it's gonna be pretty awesome. I'm Christian with Film Jams, so make sure to join the Film Jams train if you want to check that out, and we'll see you next week. Toot toot! Ow! Trying to be funnier.
Sony?
No, not Sony.
Sony. Who's your favorite boy? Sony.
I think that's it.